most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin a.k.a. MMAnomaly, Emiliano a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano, and Alex Pipp a.k.a. Pipp's Piano Tips.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as usual, are the co-hosts with the most, talking about a Jive Turkey Nano and a Pipp's Piano Tips. But, folks, before we even jump into asking these gentlemen how they're doing today, I got to tell you, we have a special segment. We've alluded to it for some time now, right? We told you we're going to bring a special guest on to go through his picks, his favorite bets of the night, and we finally got him. He's going to be here for a limited time, so make sure you hit him with your questions and weigh in on his picks. Without further ado, let me introduce to you.
When the fights are on and the odds look fishy, there's only one man to trust. Poppa Pipp's betting tips. Take the underdog. Trust me. Bet smart, folks. Don't fall for the bait. Hooking winners every week.
The man, the myth, the legend. Oh, whoa, let me switch you guys around. Boom, there we go. Poppa Pipp's betting tips. How you doing, Poppa Pipp?
I am doing awesome. Good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen, and Alex. It's a pleasure to be here. That intro is awesome. I love it. I can just sit there and watch that all day. Sometimes it's weird hearing your own voice, but I've never said those words. The production skills are just off the charts here. It's awesome.
Shout out! I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hope you continue to use your production skills for good, because I don't want to be on the bad side of that.
Oh no, only good. I would never use it for bad, and I okayed it with Little Pipp before I did it, so I wouldn't do it without anybody's permission. You know,
got the approval.
Good segue. Some kind of approval. So yeah, I mean, we're happy to have you. I feel like we've been inviting you to the DraftKings for the last, I don't know how long. And between you or your son or your wife, like, you guys are all just taking our money. So I felt like it made sense to have you on an episode or more and just hear you out. This is an exciting fight card. We have Dricus du Plessis coming in against Kamaru Usman in the main event. But more so than the main event, before we start jumping into our picks later in the show, we wanted to hear what your thoughts are. Are there any locks that you're leaning towards or any fun parlays that you care to go over?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get into it. And like you said, this is a fun card, right? We're just getting spoiled. We had Freedom 250, which was an awesome card. We had 329, maybe a couple hiccups, but all in all, you know, a great card. And now for a fight night card, man, I'm excited about this card. We had a couple late minute changes, a couple drop-ins, but still a solid card that I'm looking forward to, a fun night of fights. You know, happy to give my picks, right? I mean, I bet a little bit in the past, never kept track of how I do. I feel like I come out ahead, but like you say, right, I'm Jimbo's old lady's been kicking our butt lately. You know, Miss Mary's somebody to be reckoned with. So it's a challenge, but we're keeping on. You know what? When I thought about doing my picks, I thought about what I'm going to bring to this show. You know, you guys do a phenomenal job just talking X's and O's, breaking down the fight, strength, weaknesses, coaches, who's going to win, your picks. You know, maybe you don't always agree, but the logic behind it, it's hard to argue with, right? I might come to a different conclusion. You know, what you guys miss, the chat gets filled up with good comments. You obviously have an intelligent, well-informed audience out there. The comments come in, filling the holes with some color commentary that is absolutely awesome. You know what? I tune in for your takes, but I stay for the comments. So my question is, how do I add any value to this? And I think what I'm going to go do here is kind of go through the fights I like. Right, we'll take a look at the odds. If the odds aren't in our favor, maybe we'll take a look at a couple props, maybe throw a couple parlays together. But if anybody's interested in betting, right, I'm hoping I just save you some time, making it more efficient, give you some food for thought. So with that, let me jump in. I'm going to start at the bottom of the card and kind of work my way up. I don't have a pick for every fight. I like to keep it to maybe 5 to 10 units per card. Just, this is entertainment for me, right? It's like going to a movie. It's part of the budget. It's expense, not an income stream. So I like to rein it in a little bit. But let's, the first fight I'm looking at is the ladies, Barbosa versus Melisano. This was another short notice fight for Melisano. UFC debut, typically a strawweight, moving up to flyweight. The money line's not great. Barbosa, last time I looked, was a minus 425 favorite. Don't really want to put any money on that. But I think Barbosa, man, it's not unreasonable to give her a big favorite. Size-wise, she's going to dominate this fight. Grappling's going to be an issue. I'm excited to see Melisano maybe next fight at strawweight back in her division. I think she's going to do good. But right now, I like Barbosa to win inside the distance on this. I'm going to put a half unit, minus 140, and let that ride. Moving up on the prelims, I tell you what, the first thing that popped out to me was we got two guys in the prelims just coming off their drug suspension. You know what I mean?
Love
These
that.
guys were juiced to the gill. I guess my jury's still out on CSAD versus USADA. They seem a little more lenient than USADA. Maybe Dana White's brother-in-law is in charge of the program. I don't know what's going on, but I'm assuming these guys are going to come in clean. So you know what? Let's bet against these dirty rotten cheaters. We got Levi Rodrigues going up Felipe Franco, and we have got RJ Harris going up against Alvin Hines. It's Hines and Rodrigues that are coming up the juice. Oddly enough, they are both favorites in the fight. So let's do a Karma's a bitch parlay. Let's bet against them. I like RJ Harris against Alvin Hines. Last time I looked, he was a plus 115. We're going to throw in Felipe Franco over there to beat Rodrigues. He was a plus 125. Put them together, I got a plus 397. I'm going to throw a half a unit on that. It looked too pretty to pass up. We saw last week what a little bit of steroid use can do to you. I don't know if these guys are on the same level as Conor McGregor. I'm not sure many people are on the same level as Conor McGregor, unless we start talking about maybe Ozzy Osbourne or Nikki Sixx or, some
that's probably the one. That's where you'd have to start.
Yeah. But that'd be a fun one to keep it interesting. Man, moving up the card, there's a lot of pick'ems that I just don't want to touch. So I'm gonna jump right into the main card here. And this is a fight, man. As soon as I saw it come out, I highlighted it. Tommy McMillen versus Albert Montes. Oh, man, this is going to be a car wreck. You know what I mean? I see this. Tommy McMillen, I believe, is 10-0. Albert Montes, 11-1. Both these guys, just have that sense of invincibility to them. Tommy McMillen, I fully expect to come out with nothing but violence, guns a-blazing, if you will, violent, reckless, and I see Montes as a willing dance partner here. Both these guys can throw punches. I think both these guys have danger of submission in there. McMillen doesn't see the second round too much. Montes very seldom gets into the third. It's kind of a pick'em fight. I'm leaning towards Montes, but what I really like here is going under 1.5 rounds. Plus 120. I'm throwing a unit on that. I feel pretty confident about that one.
I like that shout.
I like that shout too. And I did tell you on the cheaters parlay, you know what I'm saying? The cheater beater parlay, as I'll call it. I like that one. I like that one a lot. We've seen what happens when you're on the roids. When you come off the juice, you're not as efficient. You know what I mean? You pump your bones and your muscles with some additional extracurriculars, and then they stop. I mean, it's like going from having the most efficient gas in the engine you've ever had to throwing some water in the gas tank. Or I'd imagine that's probably what it feels like to your body, at least. Things are going to start breaking down.
Yeah, Alvin Hines, right? I mean, his strength was his durability. Well, let's see if that's still there. I doubt it.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep on plowing through the main card here. I think the next one I got here, and next on the card, we got Tabatha Baby Shark Ricci versus Fatima Kline. Tabatha Ricci getting us set up for Shark Week, I guess. Fatima Kline. It was kind of funny. It was a thought, and I was a little gun shy to say it. But, back in June, we had Jordan Levis kick off a fight card, I assume, to celebrate Pride Month. And now we got Tabatha Ricci kicking off Shark Week here. It did not work out good for Levitt. I don't see it working out good for Ricci here either. Kline's a minus 355 favorite. Don't disagree with that.
Pipp, I see where you get your sense of humor, my guy.
It runs in the family, son.
Oh, thank goodness we haven't started drinking yet tonight. Where was
Sounds like we'll have to do a shot with Papa Pipp after he's done with his bets before he enjoys the rest of his night.
So yeah, I really like Kline here. Ricci is undersized for the division. Even at 115, she is a small woman. I really like her, but man, I think she is just going to get big brother, big sister here, and get thrown around. I will say she's tough, right? I think she's 7-4 in the UFC. Ricci, I'm talking about here, and 3 of her 4 losses came by decision. So I think Kline's got the win here. I think Ricci is going to be tough enough to make it to the end. I'm going Kline by decision, minus 175. Let's throw a half unit on that. Moving right along. Chase Hooper versus Mitch Ramirez.
I can't believe you're even betting on this fight.
Well, you know what? So, Chase Hooper, minus 360. Big favorite. He is disappointed a lot as a big favorite.
I don't understand how you can make somebody that's lost or been that inconsistent. I would describe his UFC tenure as a roller coaster, right? Like, just as many ups as there are downs.
Absolutely.
Right? It seems like a long time ago this kid was just a prospect with high hopes, and UFC just can't let it go. And his last fight, man, it wasn't that long ago. Back at the end of March, Lance Gibson, he ate a couple knees and curled up on the canvas there. His chin is questionable, and that's a short recovery time between fights. The odds on this, it seemed like a little bit of a gift. On the other hand, Mitch Ramirez, he's 0-2 in the UFC. They might try to be handing him a gift here. But still, I think Ramirez has got enough power to break that glass chin of Hooper. And I see him getting it done. So with a plus 285 money line on Ramirez, I'm putting a unit on that. And that might be a little ballsy, but let's kind of hedge that bet with putting a unit on Hooper to win by submission. That's the only way I see it get it done. So I think either way we're coming out ahead there.
That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout at all. That's a good
logical way
to
you could have bet. Yeah, that's the most logical way you could have bet on that fight, I think.
So we'll see, right? I mean, we'll see. I like it, though. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Boy, moving right along, man. These are some good fights. Next fight, we got Jared Cannonier against old Christian Leroy Duncan. You know what? I being an old guy, I hate saying age is a factor, but age is a factor. Cannonier, 42 years old. He has taken some beatings lately. And even in his win against RoboCop, I have to go back and rewatch that fight, but I think he was sitting on the canvas a couple times. So,
he got whooped bad in the first round.
Yeah. So, even winning a fight, he's taken a beating. I just, I don't think he's there anymore. I love Jared Cannonier. I loved watching his career. I think this might be it for him after this fight, right? He might be hanging it up, unfortunately. But minus 340, I'm not crazy about on taking the money line on this, but Duncan by KO's plus 155. I like those odds. So I'm putting a unit on Duncan by KO. And I will say, let me preface all this, right? I was doing a little prep work last night. So these are the odds I got last night when I was placing the bet. Your results may vary.
Yeah, some of the odds have gotten better. Some of the odds have gotten worse. Like I posted in the chat a minute ago on my book, currently Chase is way worse than that. He's a minus 425.
Wow.
So don't bet on that even with Nano's money, huh? Not on the money line, at least. That's crazy. Yeah. A lot of lines are moving. So take it all with a grain of salt. All right, man. You know what? I've got one more fight here in the main card. But let me skip over that. I think there might be some disagreement on this fight. Just kind of reading the room here. So on the CLD one.
No, I'm sorry. On DDP versus Usman.
Oh, there's going to be some disagreement on this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I do have a pick on that, but let me skip over to, I did make a favorites parlay here. I'm lumping three of them together. I don't like doing more than that, man. I mean, I think the only thing I expect in an MMA card is the unexpected, right? So once I start putting more than three fights together, it gets a little questionable, right? So something's not going to go the way I think it is. So I've got my favorite three fights here, my favorite three most confident fights, right? Talked about Duncan already. He's going to be one of my three. Kline, we mentioned. I'm going to put her in the lineup. And one fight that I did pass over in the prelims was the Alden Coria versus Stewart Nickel fight. Korea's a minus 1,000 favorite. And I don't disagree with that, right? I don't know what the UFC's thinking. I don't have a lot to say about this fight except, God bless Stewart Nickel for taking the fight, and I pray for a speedy recovery. Let's put Coria in that most confident three. Odds aren't great at minus 131 when you put all three of them together, but I feel like that's money on the table. So let's throw a unit on that. And let's see. Let's jump back into DDP versus Usman.
Yeah, who's your pick? Give it to us straight.
All right. I said in the Cannonier fight that age was a factor. Kamaru Usman's 39 years old. Age is not a factor here.
Well, that tune changed a little quick.
That's yeah. You know what? I mean, he's on the right side of 40. He looked good against Buckley. Buckley had his moments in there, right? But he's going up against DDP. DDP has definitely had more success against strikers than he has against wrestlers. Usman's definitely got his wrestling. I like Usman's jab too, just to help set things up. I think that's a little underrated. He has got Trevor Whitman as his coach, and he is one of my favorites. You know what I mean? Talk about just a sharp MMA mind. Look at what Gaethje did with Whitman in his corner. You know what I mean? That's definitely an ace up his sleeve. And the old guys are getting it done, right? I mean,
outside of Conor McGregor, every older guy this year has won the main event.
No kidding.
Fun fact. Wild. Fun fact.
So
it's one of the reasons I picked Conor. I was like, an old guy hasn't lost in a main event this year. It's the year of the old guy.
There you go. There you go. So maybe with like I said, with Conor's always tough to bet on, but I'm going with Usman here. I really like him. Plus 200. You know what I mean? If I think Usman's going to win, it'd be silly not just to go the money line. So let's throw a unit, straight money line on Usman. Let's get it done.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. I mean, like you said, when you tune into the show, oftentimes we'll say picks that you don't necessarily agree with, but by the time we're done explaining it, you're like, oh, maybe I still don't agree, but I can see the reason behind it. That's exactly how I feel about Usman. Like, I don't know if I'll pick him myself, but I will probably put like a half or a fifth of a unit on him just because he's plus odds. And realistically, this could be the last time that we get him in the octagon, let alone at plus odds against somebody like a DDP.
No doubt, right? His retirement can't be too far away either. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Let's send him out with a bang. I'm hoping for the best for him. It's funny you talk about, going through a logical step and then coming up to a conclusion. And I agree with you most of the time, but I do want to call out young Alex Pipp there. I think he missed the recap show when he picked Tabatha over Baraneski.
Oh, God.
You know what? I just can't let it go. I disagree with the logic. I disagree with the conclusion.
All right. I fucked up. All right.
And you know what? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That's
Daddest man on the planet with that line, folks. That was great. Poppa Pipp's betting tips. We appreciate you for making the time, coming to the show. And folks, we look forward to having him back for some of these bigger cards. I feel like a lot of those bets are really solid. I definitely tailed at least two of them. And for funsies, I might do a Bizarro reverse pick on one of them. We'll see. I'll maybe talk myself into it later, but we'll see. I'm not betting against the 1100 favorite, though. That's not happening. So again, big round of applause, folks, for Poppa Pipp himself. Thank you for joining us, my friend. And we hope you have a fantastic rest of your night.
All good.
We'll get better at that part. We really will, folks. Now back to your normal tuning here. Let's go ahead and jump up to some of these comments. We had a shit ton before we even got started today, boys. We'll batter through them here. Dix Insider has the tinfoil hat on today, folks. He is talking about the conspiracy theories. UFC 100% bribe BSD and Bobby a couple milli each to let Bobby sub them in round one. Imagine the price of TKO stock publicly traded now if the UFC had lost both Conor and Patty. They can't let it happen.
He's back.
I can tell you that my stocks across the board are up, I believe, like 200% overall. And TKO is my strongest stock. I bought one share the day they went public for like $51. That one's worth like, I think $250 now just for the one stock. So they're doing pretty good. I think you might be onto something there. Investors would be up in arms about stock price and or would start selling because the UFC just lost Jones, Conor, Ilya, Aspinall, Poatan. The list goes on. They have no star power left except Patty. Wake up, boys. Auntie Kenny, battling for the integrity of the UFC. We rally behind you. We appreciate you. Are you still on this conspiracy shit? UFC is in bed with literally the most blatantly corrupt administration in U.S. history, so they know they won't be investigated because Trump's DOJ will ignore or shut it down. Trump owns TKO stocks, for fuck's sake. This is actual facts. Hard to argue. Just hard to argue. We can have this conversation without being disrespectful. He can sit in timeout. Maybe he'll learn some manners. No one was being disrespectful. I just don't agree with your statement. I don't believe the UFC pays fighters to take a dive. I said this yesterday. You know what, Auntie Kenny? You do have a major point there because for them to pay fighters to take a dive, they would have to pay fighters, and they haven't done that for many years. Why
would they? They're a $15 billion company.
Am I right? Let's fucking go. It's almost start time. We're here now. Jimbo's old lady playing moderator. We appreciate you in the chat. We appreciate you. I'm just ready for the show to start. I'm ready to talk to Nano, Olin, and Pipp. We're here, Auntie Kenny. We're here, my guy. We're here. Dixon, I apologize if you felt disrespected. That was not my intention. I'm just not a fan of conspiracy theories. That's fair. Conspiracy theory. Bobby literally bought a strip club shortly after the UFC paid him to get subbed by Patty in round one. Do you want more evidence? Would you like me to bring you the title of the property or wire transfer maybe? Would that be good enough? Unless you have genuine proof, I don't care about it. I'm not going to read that one out loud. That is kind of mean. All right, we're going to scroll down a little bit, and I just want to say shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Dix Insider, for calling me out for having a shit mic. My settings were fucked up. Did not have my Logitech G Hub app open, and I probably sound like I was speaking through a potato. So I apologize for that, folks. And with that, let's get this shit started, boys. We are 25 minutes in, and we have a hell of a card to jump through, even with all the 5 canceled bouts that we have. Yes, that's right, folks. 5. You could build almost half a fucking fight card with the number of fights that have been canceled or rescheduled on this fight card. So let's jump into it, shall we? We have DDP, Dricus, Plessis, coming in against Kamaru Usman, the man with no knees. He says where he's going, he don't need knees, folks. I gotta tell you guys before I pass it over to Nano here, who I feel like has just been itching to speak, and to drink probably. My boys, do we feel like maybe, just maybe, Kamaru the Nigerian Nightmare, or if you watch the podcast with him and Henry Cejudo, the Indian Nightmare, Kamaruddin Usman, do we think he's maybe playing it up, faking it a little bit with the knees? I feel like the more people talk about it, the more he makes a point to stand up straight, not bend his knees when he's walking, and like do shit like walk down the stairs in reverse. And I feel like if that was me and everyone's like, old man's cooked, he's got no knees, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna act like I have no knees. I'm gonna watch the line go up. I'm gonna tell my buddy to bet on me. We're gonna split the winnings. Let's go. Self-belief, baby.
You saw how good he looked in the Buckley fight. And I mean, he was shooting takedowns from like across the octagon and landing them bitches. I mean, my boy, he still got some
6 foot
knees.
clearance on one of those double legs, brother. Like,
That's
what are
I'm
you talking
saying.
about? No knees.
Hey, and shout out Ola, because he said this shit yesterday. I was watching. Shout out Ola, big fucking fan, and he was spitting facts. You know what he said? He said Usman ain't had no knees since Tyrone Woodley.
He was walking down the stairs in reverse for that fight too.
Whoa, just saying.
It's crazy.
Shout out Ola.
It's crazy though. It is absolutely crazy. My guy Nano, I want to hear your thoughts on this fight. Who are you picking and why? And then let's pour up a shot so we can pay some dues.
Let's do it. I'm gonna pour it up as we go here. And shout out Poppa Pipp. That was a hell of a segment. I mean, I loved all of his breakdowns. It's thorough. It's methodical. There's a lot of logic to it, like you said. Even though I don't agree with him saying we're logical, I think we are a very illogical bunch around here. But that's we'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree. That's what we love about this show. No filter, baby. But now listen, man, I'm excited about this one. This feels like a changing of the guard. I know Poppa Pipp wasn't necessarily too concerned with the age gap. I am concerned for Kamaru. Not necessarily about the knees. To answer your question more directly, I think there's been a little bit of hype or allure around Kamaru no knees Usman, but he's fine. I mean, he's not what he once was, right? Well, I mean, looking at his championship run, I mean, man, was he a real dominant champion, and it's hard to take that away. These champions, regardless of your age and frankly even sometimes the division, they hold well, and he's gonna have that grit, and he's gonna have a great game plan. I just think that Dricus du Plessis is too good right now. He's 32 years young. I think he's going to be too sharp. Even if Kamaru can steal a round or two, I just think that Dricus will end up drowning him out, or at least looking more efficient in the back half of this fight, most specifically that third, fourth, and fifth round. I could be wrong, though. Right? I mean, let's call it what it is. Kamaru is one of the best to do it. If he can go out there, lace him up, and like Poppa Pipp said, like neutralize Dricus with the grappling and wrestling. I mean, man, it can get real muddy real quick. I mean, we saw what Khamzat did to Dricus. So that is not completely out of the realm of possibility. But I'm leaning with the young buck, the ex-champion, even the bigger guy too. I was actually surprised to see them saying, "No, but Dricus is a big boy." You forget how big this guy is. I don't think he's going to be as easy to get taken down, thrown around, or out grappled over sheer strength. I think he'll have the right technique and right defensive strategy deployed here to get it done. Pipp. I'm not talking about Poppa Pipp. Let's get AP in here. Let's get piano tips. Tell the people how you're feeling. Drop some keys on their ass. Come on, baby.
It's always good to start off with one disagreement. So here we go. I'm definitely riding the wave of Kamaru Usman. I mean, DDP versus Usman might be one of the best events that we get all year. I think has potential to be one of the wildest fights of 2026. I mean, both styles bring a lot of questions. I think this is more of a control versus chaos type of matchup. And DDP has looked unimpressively impressive up until the loss of Khamzat. And Usman seems to be getting his footing back under him after the win against Buckley. The big concern for me is DDP's takedown defense. I mean, Khamzat just chain wrestled and controlled DDP for 25 minutes, and that's a big problem. And it has been a big problem with DDP throughout his whole career. I'm not saying Usman is a prime Khamzat or anything, but DDP took himself down against Brad Tavares. I mean, he just makes these fundamental mistakes that I think a superior grappler could take full advantage of. And I mean, Usman's ground game is next level. He completely shut out Buckley in his last fight. The entries were out to Uncle Owen, as you said, 6 feet of clearance on that motherfucker, and he was still landing them. I mean, he showed that he still has that speed, that explosiveness to stay at the highest level. And I know Buckley isn't known for a superior wrestling style, so yeah, Nano, I like where you're going. Let's talk about that fight with Khamzat for a second. Let's talk about Usman versus Khamzat. Khamzat defended several of the takedowns from Khamzat. He was able to scramble. He was able to get back to his feet. And I think that's a very important fight because not only was it a razor-thin fight, we saw Kamaru up at middleweight, and he dealt with the size of Khamzat well. I mean, even in the striking, as Poppa Pipp said, I mean, Usman's striking defense, I think, is a little bit underrated. He's got a really nice jab. He's just kind of moving out of range. His hands stay really high. And the blitz that's so effective for DDP is also one area that I feel like can cause a little bit of concern. Just arms out, chin up. You're just kind of worried about a barrage of strikes coming your way. And Sean Strickland had a lot of success with the jab against DDP. He just kind of completely disrupted his momentum. And I might be one of those guys where Sean Strickland might have won one of those fights. I'm just saying. But the one thing that I do see Usman struggling with is the kicks of DDP. I mean, they're very underrated. He strikes from range. And when he is striking from range, he's got a completely different style. The guard is high. He's constantly switching stances. Kicks are very fast. He's really good at timing them right before you enter and just disrupting your momentum. But like I said, against my better judgment here, I think Usman can win this fight. I think the grappling is gonna edge Usman the fight. I just see him kind of going back, a back and forth war really through each round, and then eventually Kamaru is going to be able to get that double. He's going to be able to control Usman. And that's kind of what I see. I just see Usman having more control, DDP having bigger shots. And just doing it mentioned, Usman only took this fight after watching how easy it was for Khamzat. If DDP had ever fought Khamzat, Usman may not be taking this fight, really exposed DDP. And I think that's 100% it. I mean, he just showcased that without worrying about the falling piano that's going to come down when you fight DDP, if you can take him down, you can keep him down. And Khamzat showed that. And Usman is a relentless grappler. I think it's going to be a close fight. I'm going to say Usman gets it done, 48-47 on the scorecards. But I'm liking Usman. Uncle Olin, break the tie here. What you thinking?
I'm going to go an unconventional path here. I'm going to say that DDP just had a really, really off, really, really bad night against Khamzat that one time. I've watched videos of this guy subbing an entire Gracie Barra gym, 5 guys in one quartet. I know he has grappling. I know he can get back to his feet if he needs to. And I know that if he doesn't want to get back to his feet, as long as he's not getting crucifixed, which I would imagine he probably worked crucifix defense for like fucking 6 weeks after that last performance, he's probably going to get a sub. I don't know why that's what I see happening. And I see it being something very just rudimentary and simple, right? I see it being like a key lock or a rear naked choke or even a straight arm lock. You can even get it done with a Kimura, right? Like, he's very, very strong. And if he starts cranking on something, I think he can get it done. The fact of the matter for me is, like, DDP is kind of the perfect storm in this spot. It's chaos versus control. It's literally the conventional fighter versus the chaotic guy that doesn't know what he's going to do next, and neither do you. He's not a southpaw fighter per se, but he has an unorthodox southpaw pressure that he applies throughout fights. We've seen him do it in multiple fights, mainly the Sean Strickland fights, right? Where he'll be standing in orthodox, and as he throws the right hand, he steps through with it, and now he's in southpaw. Then he throws a double with that left hand. It's unconventional. It's weird. It's herky jerk. If you've ever sparred somebody like that, halfway through the round, you're like, what the fuck do I do, bro? This dude's fucking weird. I feel like it's frustrating in there for most guys. He'll feint the takedowns. He'll set up the heavy hands. He'll chain into clinch work, and he'll wear you down. And I think Usman, whether the knees are still there or not, I think cardio could be an issue for him in this type of fight. I can see him wearing him down, getting a sub late in round 3, early in round 4. But ultimately, I see DDP taking the win here. I don't think it sees the judges' scorecards. As of right now, if you are a betting man like myself, I'm going to put 1.5 units on DDP to win by TKO, KO, or DQ at plus 200. And that's me back 3 units in pure profit, plus what I bet on it, the 2 or the 1.5. And then I'm betting 1 unit on DDP to win by submission, because that alone will net me back, let's see here, 6 units, 6.5 units. So yeah, really solid odds on that one with 1 unit down. And again, I don't know why. I just genuinely feel like he's going to get it done by sub. Drink the freak via plot armor resurgence. Let's fucking go. That's why you're my boy, Tico. Let's go. What's up, boys? I'm eating pad thai. Love that, bro.
That sounds fucking delicious, my guy.
First
I hope
you eat the pad thai, then
bite.
you hit the Thai pad. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Fire.
That's how we live. That's how
Motto
we
of
live.
life, baby.
Oh, boy.
Trademark. Cheers, Nano. To better fantasy picks.
Yeah, that's on me. We suck again.
My guy. We suck again.
But we can do it.
Oh yeah. And now we're gonna talk about one that I think we're gonna have more disagreeing on this one. We got Jared Cannonier and Christian Leroy Duncan, a little CLD. I'm down with CLD. Yeah, you know me. Oh man. Man. I gave it to Nano first last time. I'll pass it to Pipp first on this one. Are you feeling your dad's bet on this one, or?
I am liking CDL in this matchup. So that's who I'm leaning with here. Yeah. Oh, did I say CDL, commercial driver's license? My bad.
Yeah.
My
It's
bad.
okay. It happens.
Can I be honest with you? Even when I was doing my breakdown for this fight, I had to go back so many times. Like, I put CDL. I got to change that.
Yeah.
Christian Leroy Duncan versus Jared Cannonier. Shout out Jared Cannonier. Main evented in Louisville. First fight that I ever saw. Shout out Jared. He's an OG. But I think this is a big chance for Christian Leroy Duncan to come out here in style on Cannonier. I mean, he's riding the momentum right now. He's on a 4-fight win streak, 12-year age advantage, and an 1.5-inch reach advantage. He's a solid striker. Controls range well. He controls that lead hand as well to set up his straights. Relentless pressure, and he's got kicks that come from all angles. Just really good knees in the clinch, and he's got decent cardio to stay up with it. I just think stylistically, it's a bad matchup for Cannonier. I mean, CLD is he's a very lengthy striker. He's got really good kicks to the body. Cannonier keeps more of a high guard, so I think he can take full advantage of that. And Duncan fights the hands very well. We saw guys like MVP and Adesanya do the same thing very effectively. Shout out Izzy, the GOAT. But I mean, they were freezing Cannonier, and he was able to set up those straights. CLD has a very effective double wrist control, just pinning the opponents against the fence and just kind of controlling the elbows or controlling the wrists and landing elbows. I mean, what he does is just nasty when he gets you against the fence. And one thing that I will say, if CLD pushes Cannonier up against the cage, I think we'll see Jared reverse a lot of the positions. He'll gain a little bit of control time off of them because Jared is used to fighting bigger and stronger opponents. I think especially considering that he used to fight at heavyweight. So I do think CLD will struggle a little bit more than expected when engaging in the clinch. But with that being said, I mean, CLD just does a great job at just getting underhooks, escaping bad positions, and being able to reset and fight the fight at range. So I like the activity, and I like the pressure from CLD for 15 minutes. I think it's just going to be too much for Jared in the pace of CLD. I like that all day. So give me Christian Leroy Duncan winning this fight by unanimous decision. But Uncle Olin, how you feeling?
You know, it's hard to disagree with that pick because it's the logical pick. And I know sometimes I can fall for the trap of riding with my heart here. And Jared Cannonier is somebody that I do want to see do well. I really do. I feel like Mary does too. You know, she picked him in fantasy this season. He's a guy that we've seen make his UFC debut at heavyweight, come down to light heavyweight, come down further to middleweight. And I mean, he's genuinely a really solid, well-rounded fighter, but I do worry that the age is catching up to him. The strength of schedule is catching up to him, and ultimately the shots that he's endured over the course of time are catching up to him. Jared Cannonier is a straight up problem though for a lot of these young prospects. He's a veteran. He's got heavy hands. He's got really sharp boxing, sharper boxing than people give him credit for. And his fight IQ is very high level stuff, man. He's able to counter and walk people down into bombs. He's durable as hell, typically, as long as he's not fighting like a RoboCop or somebody like that, right? And he knows how to pace the fight while mixing in his wrestling when he needs to. I think he'll be able to really push the pressure and push the pace of this fight. And I genuinely think we'll know who's going to win this fight in the first 2.5 to 3 minutes based on who's able to lead the dance in that actual pace. Because if you control the first 3 minutes of this fight, I wholeheartedly think you're probably going to control the rest of it. I don't see a rocky comeback story in this one. I just see it being a very clear path from the start. But I think Jared Cannonier is privy enough and veteran savvy enough to get it done. I see it going the distance. I see him getting a decision. I see it being a wily victory. And I will say, if CLD wins, I think he'll leave a lot more unscathed from the fight than if Jared Cannonier wins. You know what I mean? Like, Jared's going to wear it. He's going to get some shots to get his in. But I just think he's that wily vet. He's got that durability. Nano, kick me off the fucking bar stool, kid.
I love it, brother. I love it. No, I love hearing you guys break it down, man. I can listen to y'all all day, and as S-Dog suggests, perfect time to spark up and just enjoy the banter with the boys. This is another banger, man. I'm excited to see this one. 2 middleweight clashes here in the main and co-main event of the evening. Number 12, CLD. Whenever you have 3 initials as a name, it's always kind of cool. Adds to your credibility there. Christian Leroy Duncan, I'm talking about here, the Englishman. Dude is a heavy striker. I think it's one of those things that he feels like a vintage, dare I say, Jared Cannonier. At one point was a prospect coming in on a win streak, not a lot of losses, but then you get thrown in deep waters, if you will, and Jared Cannonier wasn't always victorious. I think it's just one of those things, like MMAnomaly mentioned, he's a hell of a fighter. He's tough. He has all the skills, and he has that nuclear option. But I think at times he's maybe too tough for his own good, meaning he is willing to accept some of those shots and almost concede in those firefights with the old age expression, to give one to get one, right? And I think with someone like a CLD who's going to be constantly applying pressure and really does have the nuclear option as well, I think CLD has some of the most lethal hands weaponry in the division. He is a great tactical striker, and he's still young enough to really have the speed and I think just stamina and endurance, if you will. MMAnomaly here. I almost typed CDL.
Fucking Pipp, dude. Fucking Pipp.
But against Jared, we got commercial driver's license. His next career move after this fight. Just kidding. I think he's going to go down to welterweight after this fight. He's not going to retire. He's not done.
There you go.
Could you imagine?
We get a different shaded Cannonier.
I was gonna say his like skin gets darker every time he goes down a weight class. I didn't notice in real life at first. I noticed in the UFC games, like every time they'd update the character model, I'm like, why is he so much blacker?
Oh, it's
and
legit.
then I'd look, and then I'd go and watch tape on him at heavyweight, and then down to light heavyweight, and then the middleweight. I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty accurate.
They're right. They're not lying. Yeah, all day.
Like
they got it right.
He said, "Oh shit."
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Tech there, hopping in the comments. I'm leaning CLD on this one, but that's just where I'm at.
It's okay. Tico's back in here. It's all I need. That's all I need. Get it going.
Shout
Get
out,
it going.
Tico.
I'll be fine. Oh man. Let's go to another one that we're for sure gonna have at least one of us disagree on. Probably gonna be me. Spoiler alert. We have Chase Hooper coming in against Mitch Ramirez. Look, here's the thing. All right. And I say this with all due respect. Here's the thing. Okay. All jokes aside, I am gonna side with Chase the Dream Hooper here, and maybe I am doing exactly that, folks. Maybe I'm chasing the dream, but I just think the Chase is still a nightmare matchup on the mat. Lanky BJJ black belt. He's got elite level submissions. He's got a bit of a glass cannon when it comes to the chin, but he's got insanely good scrambles. Like, I remember like 2-3 fights ago watching him and thinking like, oh my god, if they weren't allowed to punch him in the face, I could watch Chase fight all day. You know what I mean? But they are allowed to punch him in the face. That's terrible. He's got a very long frame though. Makes it very like hard to pass him or to control him once it hits the ground. He does dirty work. You know what I mean? Gifts wrap, darces, back takes, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, you name it, he does it on the mat. And he mixes in ground and pound pretty solidly when he does add it in there or choose to add it in there when he needs to. Ramirez brings some solid striking. He's got some decent athleticism, right? We got to give him his props, but he lacks elite level wrestling, defense, or top control to keep Hooper from getting where he wants to be. I think if he takes Hooper down, Hooper's going to end up sweeping and getting to the top. And I just think that Hooper's been here a lot longer. His fight IQ, more so his grappling IQ, and length are going to allow him to close the distance and just really bring Ramirez into his world. So give me Chase Hooper in this one. Am I betting on it? As of right now, no. Let me look at the sub line because, God, this is not a good money line. Minus 425 just feels silly. Oh, plus 150. I like that. Do a half
for Chase
unit on
submission?
that? For Chase submission. Half unit to win 3/4 of a unit? Yeah, I'll do that. Low risk?
Well, why not?
Yeah. Why not? We did that. We did that. Boom. We just put it in there. I need to do the math on this because I checked the book and I was like, oh, I'm significantly up here. We cashed in. So yeah, I'll have to check and run the tally, but I think we're up again for the year, boys. I can say with pretty good candor. Nano.
Hell yeah.
Tell me what you're thinking on this one, brother. Like, am I a crazy person? I mean, he is a favorite.
I was gonna say
like a crazy person for picking him because Pipp made me feel silly. Bobby Pipp.
Well, that's just the Pipp effect, you know. He tends to do that. No, I mean, all jokes aside, all poking and prodding and having fun with each other here. What up, Tyler Betts? Yo, we see ya. I'm leaning Chase Hooper as well. He is the Ben favorite at minus 340 here, at least on the UFC site, subject to change, as Poppa picks also reiterated at the top. And reason being, I do think that he's starting to string together that well-rounded game that he's always needed, right? We know the grappling, and we know he's a tall prospect, and he really made his name for being one of the youngest guys on the roster at that time. Still holds a record for being one of the youngest to fight, but Father Time keeps moving forward, right? And I think you got to see where you're at this point, and look at Chase and say, like, he is a solid, well-rounded mixed martial artist. He's starting to develop the boxing, and I do respect Mitch Ramirez and his game, but I just think that Chase, with enough grappling and mixed striking pedigree, I think he'll go out there and get it done, probably by decision. But I'm leaning the Ben favorite here. Tico Tech, who the fuck is that guy? It's essentially what we're all thinking. So we're going for Chase Hooper here. Here we go.
I got Chase via who the fuck is Mitch?
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's incredible. That's fucking incredible, bro. Oh man.
Fantastic.
Hooper via death. Love that. Mitch.
Wow.
Wait, Mitch's nickname is 12 and 12. Stop. Stop.
I hope it's at least 12, but maybe it's something different.
Oh man, I was thinking 12 and 12 because that's what Tico's saying his career is going to end up being. Pipp, what are your thoughts on this one, brother? Maybe I read that the wrong way. I thought he was being dirty as fuck.
You might be right. If anything, at this point, the way Mitch is going, he might be 0 and 12 before it gets to that point. But I'm just saying, I think we got a full panel sweep. No disagreements here. I even love what Anthony Kenny is saying. I mean, Chase Hooper is a solid BJJ practitioner, and Mitch Ramirez is just a bowling ball of a brawler. I mean, this is not a fight. Blinker time? Anytime is time for blinker time. Go for it, Anthony Kenny. I approve this message. But I mean, this isn't a fight that I'm going to bet on. I could see a path of victory for both men. I will say that. I can see the size and aggression, wild combinations of Ramirez just giving Hooper a lot of problems. But Ramirez has not looked good in the UFC. He's definitely going against decent fighters, but each of the fighters with Thiago and Davis, they took him down and controlled him with relative ease. Each fighter got close to catching Mitch with the rear naked choke, and I just think Chase just brings a different style of jiu-jitsu to the table here. I mean, he was able to submit Jordan Levitt in the first round with the rear naked choke. I see the skill on the ground just being too much for Ramirez in this matchup. So I see Chase being a little bit more hesitant in the striking, working on the takedown, considering his last 2 losses were knockdowns. Or knockouts, but I think he's going to be able to trip the leg, get the double. He's going to control Mitch on the ground. Nano, I see what you're saying with unanimous decision. But on Golan, I say hammer that line because I like Chase. I think he's live for submission in round 1. I'm going to say he gets the rear naked choke in round 1. But Chase Hooper all day, baby.
Round 1. Oh,
Round one.
We can just get round 1 straight odds at plus 210. We get round 1 submission. Oh, hold on.
That's gonna be juicy.
And I said he got Jordan Levitt in round 1 with the rear naked choke.
Plus 350. Yeah, we do a half unit on that.
Ramirez ain't no fucking monkey boy. Monkey.
A half unit to win 1.75 back. Yeah, that's money, kid.
Come on now.
I like that. I like that call like a lot, bro, because I feel like Mitch is very inexperienced and he's gonna make this like I called this to a T in the Patty fight. Mitch is the type of guy that would go out there and try and shoot a takedown on the guy that's really good when you shoot takedowns on him. I think, like, does anybody know the reach difference off the top of their head? I can actually look it up real quick.
3 inches?
Oh, fucking Christ. 3 inches, bro? Chase knows how to jab now. He learned how to jab, that guy.
That's
going to be bad. It's going to be bad, my brother. He's going to jab him like 3-4 times. And then homie's going to shoot on him, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
It's going to be bad, Mitch.
Dang. We just get canceled.
Why did Westy have to join in right when I did it like that? Westy, come back.
That's wild.
Pause.
No, I meant purse, but hey, that works too. I know I mentioned it one of the first times that I came in here, but I'm so thankful for the Paramount Plus deals. Bro, even my dad is thankful for the Paramount Plus deal. He's juiced. He's like, I can watch all the fights without having to buy a fucking pay-per-view. This is awesome. Yeah, it's fantastic. My old roommate, who's like the lightest of lightweight into MMA, is like, I've watched a couple cards this year, bro. I'm like, that's fucking wild to me. You don't even really like it like that. But he also, if you ever see Super Silly Shy Guy join the DraftKings and just sweep and win, he doesn't join often, but when he does, my God, he doesn't even watch. And he's just like, I like this guy. I like this girl. I think I'll pick that one. And he beats us. It's crazy. But hey, fun fact, Mary used to run the table on DraftKings, like significantly, before she knew any of the fighters or knew anything about it. And she would solely base her picks on who had the douchier tattoos. And like Nano can literally recall this. She used to fucking wreck like 600-700 point spreads. And she would literally just be like, oh, that guy has the worst tattoos I've ever seen. His opponent's going to wreck him. He makes bad decisions. I can't imagine he has good fight IQ.
Dude, that's probably solid fucking logic.
From there.
There's something there, bro.
There's something to it.
I can't wait for my guy, Seokhyeon Ko. He's going to run through welterweights. Contender 2027. Absolutely just doing it, calling it like it is. Tico Tech, Koreans get brutally defeated most of the time, but I like to see them win. Shout out my girl, Fire Fist. Let's go. Hey, yo, Pipp, chill.
Sorry, Tico.
I saw the video earlier. Kamaru's knees don't work. Oh, dude, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the show, but like, I called this, right? Like, I think he's playing it up. Because if everybody and their mom was like, Olin's knees don't work, which, fun fact, at least one of them doesn't really that well. But if people started talking about it, I would be like, oil can. I'd be fucking playing it up, dog. I'd be playing it up. Like, bet against me. I'm gonna tell all my homies to bet on me, and we're gonna split the winnings. We're gonna have a massive party. It'd be great.
Hell yeah.
We all heard it, brother.
Tico, if you're gonna send any clips unprompted, that's the one.
Motherfucker, I heard what you said. All the fights live, plus old fights, plus the Ultimate Fighter. Oh, speaking of which, I need to catch up on Tough. It's a shame we're not doing Tough Tuesdays anymore. Shanikin, that's right, Shanikin. My guy knows exactly what I'm talking about, the old roommate. It worked! It did work. It did work when you used to pick by the tattoos. I'm going to try that next season for fantasy. Oh, then she should bet the house on Mitch. Nothing says great tats like Ramirez across your chest. Bro.
Fair.
Facts. I don't remember what dating show it was, but like there was a dating show and it was like there were these two guys. They were competing against each other. And one of them's like, how could you even think that guy's attractive? He's got the stupidest tattoos I've ever seen. She's like, what tattoos are stupid? He's all, he has his last name tattooed across his chest. Why the fuck would you get that? You think you get so drunk you forget your last name, dog?
That's a fair question.
And ever since I heard that line, I'm like, bro.
You make a solid point.
When people get their last name blasted across their body, that's all I'm able to think of now. Like, man, who convinced you that was going to be super cool?
How forgetful are you? That's fair question.
Like, my goodness, brother. All right. With that, it's a full sweep on that one. Let's see if it's going to be a full sweep on the next one. I can't imagine it will be. We have Baby Shark, Tabatha Ricci, coming in against Fatima Kline, the Archangel. Nano, talk to me about these ladies. Who do you see taking it away? Do you see it being the 9-1 up-and-comer in Fatima Kline? Or do you see it being the more battle-tested and tough water-tested Baby Shark?
I do like Baby Shark a lot, but not in this matchup, man. I actually do like the Ben favorite here, and actually a larger favorite than I thought. Shout out to Go Tech. Shout out to Mary the Go. Damn straight. I'm going with Fatima Kline on this one. I mean, she's 9-1.
Okay, that's different. You get a pass just doing it. Like, that's... I apologize.
Okay, well, fair. That's fair.
That was a bit insensitive of me.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, if that's the reason, like, that's fine, bro. That's great.
We're chucking and driving around here.
Shout out to your dad, brother.
We were joking. We didn't mean that. It's not.
You know when I said that thing about the tattoos all that time ago? I was fucking kidding. I was just kidding.
I'm a different person. I've evolved a lot more since then.
I was being facetious. Okay. Anyways, I'm going Fatima Kline on this one. I'm curious to hear y'all's breakdown, but I just like Fatima's game at this point. She's trending in the right direction. She's gonna have a 6-inch reach advantage. That is far plenty of reach advantage and a discrepancy for me to lean the striker and favorite her in this matchup. Can Tabatha go out there and grapple Fatima and make it messy? I think so. You know, and maybe there's some gas tank issues that she can maybe expose, but I just haven't seen it yet. And I'd be hard pressed to bet against someone like a Fatima Kline who has looked really, really good. I mean, she just beat Angela Hill back in November. That aged like a fine wine. Again, 9-1 record. Prior to that, like, she's knocking girls out. Like, she is every bit as good as I think is advertised. And if she does something exciting, she may be skyrocketing and taking that Baby Shark hype up to a contender status. Pipp, my brother, what are you seeing from this matchup here? Are you following Papa Pipp's footsteps, or what's the breakdown? How you seeing it?
I am. I'm also seeing Olin calling himself out over there. I'm a hypocrite. I got Roman numeral 3 because I'm third. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm liking it, and I think I'm liking where we're all going here, because I'm definitely rocking with Fatima Kline. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a fun fight, I think. But Kline, I mean, she's just on a tear right now. She's on a 3-fight winning streak, coming off a dominant win, like you said, against Angela Hill. She's 26 years old, rapidly improving, phenomenal striker, and I'm sure most of us remember the head kick she landed on Melissa Martinez. But that was in my KO of the year contender spot last year. I mean, that was definitely on my list. That was nasty. And she's got nasty kicks. I mean, crisp boxing, not to mention she's a black belt in BJJ as well. And she's starting to mix her takedowns in very well. She's got decent control. A lot of times we'll just kind of see her, slide into control for or side control and just land nasty elbows. Ricci, yeah, she is a talented fighter, but she leaves a lot of openings for someone at the level of Kline. She can just exploit it. She rushes in. A lot of times her hands will be down or both will be out in front of her. Kline can strike on the back foot. She can fight pushing you back, and she can also just outwork you from range. I mean, the way Kline was cutting angles on Hill, she would land 2 or 3 shots, move outside, and then before Hill could even find her, she was blasting head kicks. I just think Tabatha Ricci is just going to get depressed out here. I mean, she's going to rush in at nothing, hitting air. Kline's going to take full advantage. Like you said, 6-inch reach advantage. It's insane. Not to mention a 5-inch height advantage. I mean, she's got this fight all day. Kline chops to the leg. She's going to blast combinations in the pocket, throws knees and elbows, pushing Ricci against the cage. Give me Fatima Kline. I think we're going to get a statement win here. I think she's going to get the finish in round 3. But Uncle Olin, where you at? You riding the wave here? You splitting the tie?
I'm splitting the tie. Sorry, I was laughing at the chat. You got to catch up at the chat. Yeah, I'm splitting the tie. I'm going with Baby Shark here. I'm going with Tabatha Ricci. I think we're going to see a vintage Tabatha Ricci, the one that came out in 2023 and beat Jillian Robertson, right? That's the one that I think we're going to see. Genuinely, I just think that she's gonna like. I know the reach disadvantage is horrendous. It's terrible, as terrible as some slip ups we've had tonight. Pipp.
Bro, I said commercial driver's license and the federal emergency, fucking the flood people.
Like I said, FEMA Kline is not gonna be there to save her. Oh man, yeah, Archangel. I also got to pull up. Tico Tech has been on fire tonight with the comments. This Beastin 25-8 might be better than the Archangel. Fair. And thank you. He said he's not offended at all. He was just saying, LOL. He doesn't give a fuck. He's got thick skin. Nothing bothers this guy. Love that. Fatima, the Cuban Missile Crisis, Kline. That'd be incredible. That'd be an incredible nickname. Literally crying is crazy. Yeah, that was a funny misspelling. That actually made me tear up even more. I cracked myself up there. Yeah, again, Jillian Robertson got just absolutely beat by Tabatha Baby Shark Ricci back in 2023. That was not that long ago. I think we're going to see that version of her, the same version that was able to go out there and outpoint Tisha Pennington, the same version of her that was able to go out there and beat Angela Hill, who's been on quite the resurgence recently. And the same version of her that was able to beat Amanda Hebus, who I thought was the better fighter at that point in time. I mean, the only two people that have beaten her in recent years are who? Yan Xiaonan and Virna Jandiroba, aka Rob Schneider. I just think in my heart of hearts, my brain of brains, my mind of minds, that
you can do it.
You can do it. And I think that Fatima Kline cannot do it all night long. You know what I mean? I don't think that she's the hot chick. Was that the name of that movie? It's
one
me,
of them.
Jessica. I will never not make that joke. Yeah. I was gonna make another bad Vanna Jandiroba joke, but I won't do it.
Put weed in there.
And you can put your weed in there. Yeah.
Another classic Adam Sandler jam right there. There you
Such a great movie. Oh man, yeah. I'm going against the grain here. I'm going with Miguel, and I think she's gonna get it done. I genuinely do. I don't know that she'll get it done inside the distance, though. Let me see here. What is she? A money line plus 375. I'm gonna do a half uni on that to win almost 2 full units back. We love that. Sorry, boys, got to bet against you on this one. But with that, we'll go ahead and move on into the next one. We'll see if we can get back to agreeing on one. We have 2 killers coming into a cage. One man stands, the other man possibly dies out there. We got Tommy McMillen coming in against Alberto Montes, which I don't know if you've ever seen the old show from like 99, maybe 2000, The Tick, with that Warburton actor, the same guy that was like the poison for Cusco. That poison, the poison that was specifically designed for Cusco. Oh yeah,
yes, that guy.
He plays the Tick, and it's an incredible show. But there's this like Mexican superhero.
Oh yes, he does. I have seen that. Yeah, that's a fucking solid show.
I recently started rewatching it. They put it on Netflix. It's probably like my 6th rewatch through, and I forgot how fucking funny that show is. But literally the entire time I'm doing my breakdown, especially like if you guys could just do me a favor if you haven't already seen it, and in the chat as well, pull up Alberto Montes, The Promise. Pull up his Tapology picture and tell me that he doesn't look so much like Manuel. He looks so much like him. He's doing the same little like smolder. It's funny as fuck. Hey, thank you, bro. Patrick Warburton was one of the first impressions I figured out I could do. I think that's probably why my voice started to get deeper, because I was trying to do that impression. I am the Tick. I loved that show. It was fucking fantastic, dude. Bro, he's Manuel. I love the reaction I'm getting from you. I can honestly say I've never seen Manuel and Alberto Montes in the same room at the same time. So,
I need a minute.
Bro, they did so good. When the girl's like, we're both single on a Friday night. Are we lonely? And he's like, no. I am not lonely. Oh, no. Talk to me about this fight while Pipp collects himself. Who do you see taking this one home?
Oh man, that's hilarious. This is a banger. I'm absolutely hyped for this fight. I feel like it has a lot of steam behind it as well. I love the name of an Alberto Montes, the Venezuelan, but I'm going with the Tommy gun, boys. I'm going with the freaking Tommy gun. The guy with Scarface on his tattooed on his chest. Speaking of bad tattoos, I think Mary would certainly suggest that Tommy gun is the winner in that category, hence going to be the winner and still undefeated here in the featherweight division. I think a lot of it has to do with the size. He's 6 foot, he's 74-inch reach. That's going to be 5 inches on his opponent. He's going to be able to keep him at bay and really be able to pick and choose his spots as Alberto maybe tries to rush in. Still really confident with Tommy's game here. I've seen enough from him. He's talented. He has that aura. And he comes from a good camp, right? He trains out of Arizona with Red Hawk, Timbo, at Sugar's camp and all those boys. And again, this guy's talented. He knows what it looks like to make it to the top. He's been, again, rolling around with the next champion there in the Sugar show. So I think the timing is going to come out here and impress, man. Like I said, I think the hype and the heat behind it is going to make one of these guys be more out of character. And I think if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Alberto. I think Tommy's going to be holding the line strong with his bend line at -155 here. Not going to go against Vegas. Not going to go against the eyeball test here and the moxie that I've seen from the Tommy gun. That's where I'm going, baby. Let's go.
Before Pipp jumps into his pick here, Just Doing It said this might be the fight Tommy eats a L and evolves. I feel like L would be healthy for fights like him or fighters like him at this stage. I agree. He also said Tommy McMillen won't be able to keep his undefeated record with his wild style. He's a great fighter, but he's not technical enough right now. He reminds me of a young Justin Gaethje before his evolution. I agree with that. Justin Gaethje needed to lose to Eddie, Dustin, and Max to become the technically controlled chaos that Justin is today. 100% spitting facts, Just Doing It. Now with that, Pipp, who are you picking and why?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to disagree one more time. I'm on the other side of the cliff here, and I'm hanging over here with Just Doing It. I like every word that you said. I mean, Alberto Montes, he's a very well-rounded fighter. Excellent submission game, really sharp counter striking, good pullback counters, good at pulling you into elbows. He likes those jumping teep kicks. I'm just really liking what I see from Alberto Montes. The lack of defense is what really concerns me for Tommy McMillen. I mean, he rushes into shots, but his volume and pressure could really help him here. There's definitely a question for Alberto. We haven't really seen much offensive grappling from him. And McMillen is decently defensive, but it's hard to catch McMillen in the choke. I don't know if you guys remember the gilly that he got caught in Dana White Contender Series. But he made like a full 180 with his neck. It was kind of wild. But I just think Montez's striking is a lot more underrated than what a lot of people think. If McMillen tries to engage in the clinch, I think we see Montes, he's really good at pulling the head down, getting the headlock. So I think maybe he could jump a gilly or at least get the headlock and take him down to the ground. And I think if it does, I think Tommy is going to, I think with those long arms, he's going to snap a limb. And that's I got Montes all day here. I think it's going to be a club and sub type of finish here. I think he's going to catch Tommy with an elbow, drops him, snatches in either an anaconda or gets the armbar in round 2. But I'm going submission all day from Alberto Montes. I think he puts a 1 on that record. But I'm calling. Where you at?
This is one that I've been sitting on the fence on all fucking day. Based on tattoos, money's on Montes. No Newhard side. I mean, the douchier tattoos are definitely to Tommy McMillen. Say hello to my bad tattoo is what he said. Yeah. Alberto Montes is a tough son of a gun. If we look at, how Tapology's picking this one for the first time in my life, guys, I don't think I've ever seen this. 4,008 Tapology community picks. It's dead on 50-50.
Damn. It's close.
Have you ever seen that? I've seen 49-51. I've never seen 50-50. So it's really tough.
Knockout.
That'd be sick. Goku Vegeta action. I think the big thing that we're really needing to look forward here is how silly is Tommy McMillen, right? Is he going to jump the gilly? Is he going to go for submissions against a guy who has 64% of his total win ratio coming by way of submission? If he tries to do that, I think that's going to be a mistake and he's going to get tapped out. If he goes out there and he absolutely fights a smart fight, look, his opponent has 1 win by KO and 1 loss by KO. Tommy has like almost half his fights, 40% of them by way of knockout. If he keeps it on the feet, doesn't get silly, doesn't jump a ghillie, doesn't try and get crazy with the grappling, and doesn't do this shit, if he doesn't get sloppy, he could do really well. But I just worry that he is going to get sloppy. I kind of side with just doing it here. I haven't done my official pick sheet this week, but I do side towards Montes here. I think Batman is going to get it done. I think he's going to come out here with some superhero sweep. And I could see him getting a submission, guys. I could see him getting a submission. Let me go through the list here. Does he have a favorite? Oh, his last one was a Darce against Ricky Tercios. That was nasty. I remember that one.
He likes the chokes.
Adam Ortiz, Darce, Ricci Santiago, Anaconda. My Anaconda don't want none unless I choke you unconscious, son. That's how he sings it. He is
remix.
I mean, come on, brother. Anacondas and Darces are nasty, and that's how he gets it done. So I could see this being a choke. I genuinely think. And also, if Tommy does try and initiate a grappling exchange because he gets wobbled, because he gets rocked, he's going to get guillotined himself. I could genuinely see that happening. As of right now, you can be at Alberto Montes at plus 142. So not bad odds, right? If you put a unit on it, if your units are $50, that's 71 back in your wallet and pure winnings. I think we're going to be a little bit more gutsy, though. I think I'm going to be a little bit more gutsy on this because, let's see, that's not bad. Plus 100 points on top of that, essentially. Alberto by submission is plus 240. You put 1 unit on that, you get 120 back if your units are $50. I'm going to put a unit on this one, feeling confident in it. Yeah, I told myself if either of you guys picked against McMillen, then I was going to ride that boat. So I appreciate you for giving me a little bit of confidence, because I'll be honest, I was on the fence a little bit on this one, but I agree. And then the fact that in the chat they were saying that he's like an unrefined Justin Gaethje type, right? Like he needs to really work on reeling it in. The wild hooks in his last fight, man, it was tough. Spot on just doing it, says Tico Tech. I don't quite remember the fight, but I vaguely remember him having crazy reach, but not utilizing it well. Could be wrong. Not confident here. No, you're right. He doesn't throw tight hooks that wrap around. He just throws looping hooks. And you use your reach, but you're not actually landing a lot of power with that. What up, Capitan Raf? How you doing, big guy? Alberto Montes, hell yeah. Venezuela in the house. Bada bing, bada boom, baddest guys in the room. How you doing? Doing better now that you're here, brother. No, should we pour up our second payment shot here? I mean, we have Lazy in the room. Right. We know he's doing one with us. You goddamn right, Cotton. You goddamn right. How many do we have left here? Boys. Hell yeah. We got Bashi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, not that many left. We're cruising through, considering the late start with the new seg.
True.
This next fight is probably one of the ones I'm more excited to talk about. If you guys aren't following Austin Bashi on social media, definitely one of the weirdest follows since Tony Ferguson.
Bashi's an interesting fellow.
He's an interesting cat, huh?
Is he? Oh, okay.
He's a real interesting cat. He does some weird shit, bro. Just weird training.
Oh gosh.
He's the weirdest guy since Tony Ferguson. I'm telling you right now, if you're not following him, I'm going to send you 3 posts after the show, and you're going to be like, that tracks.
We're talking Tony Ferguson?
Yeah. I'm talking weirdness? Like old Tony Ferguson weirdness. Like when he would crawl down the stairs like John Jones style. Weirdness. Cheers, folks. If you're drinking, drink with us. If not, that's fine too. Just make sure you do us a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. And thank you for being here. Cheers.
Salud.
He does touch butt in the park type shit? No, way weirder. Way weirder. We'll go ahead and jump on into that one. I'll give it to Pipp first, and I'm gonna actually try and find a clip of some of the training that he does. Pipp, how do you see this one going? Are you going with the Bash brother, or are you going with Mr. Jose Delgado?
Yeah, it's for our featured prelim of the night. Austin Bashi versus Jose Delgado. It's honestly a fun matchup. I think both guys kind of match up really well against each other, and it kind of tests both skill sets here. I mean, on one side, you've got Austin, a 24-year-old prospect. He is 1-1 in the UFC, but he's a relentless grappler, decent double. He likes to jump the back and look for that rear naked choke. And against Delgado, he's a good striker, very aggressive, slick boxing, very fast kicks, and they come from all angles. Delgado does have some decent takedown defense as well. He's got decent scrambling ability. So that mixed in with the knees that he can land, I think make him the more favorable guy for me in this matchup. I just think as soon as this fight starts, Bashi's going to try to get this fight on the ground. I think Delgado is going to be defending an onslaught of takedowns, eventually starting to slow Bashi down. Delgado starts timing those knees, unloading combinations through the guard, maybe even mixing his own takedowns. I just think he's going to break Bashi down. I think Delgado gets the finish. And you guys could know it's my favorite round. I think Delgado gets the finish in round 2. But Uncle Olin, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. So I remembered him doing some weird shit, but I couldn't remember what the weird shit specifically he did was. I'm glad I pulled up his Instagram while you were doing your breakdown. So one of the things that he's done is Britney Spears impression, essentially. He's holding 2 kitchen knives, very large ones, and shadow boxing in the kitchen with them coming very close to his face. Would not advise. And then the other one I just saw that was very disturbing was he's in a sauna and he bends over and bites the rock that's on the top of the sauna, picks it up, and then pours water on the sauna and then lets the rock drip back into the water. He just does weird stuff, man. Be like, just went for a morning run, crack open this eggshell, pour a little bit of salt on it, drink a raw egg. Like, I don't know.
Like, all right, is that necessary? Yeah,
it's like a shock value kind of thing for sure.
Like Mitchell type of shit when he just grabs an egg right off the floor and just cracks it.
No, I'm good. Delgado round 1.
I like it, Tico.
I like that bet a lot. Let's see how Tapology picks it, because I'm also leaning the same way, but maybe I'm biased because I don't like his Instagram. It's kind of weird. Oh well, wow. 3,939 people. 79% of them are going Delgado. I mean, my future brother-in-law's name is Delgado, so I got to go with Delgado here, folks. I genuinely think he's going to get it done. Not only that, but I'm going with him by TKO here. And let me just for funsies, let me look at the line. I think Bashi might be the dog in this one. Oh my God, it's a fucking pick'em. Exact -110 on both sides.
Yep.
Fook me.
It makes sense though, right?
You know what? I'm going to take Delgado by TKO, KO, or DQ at plus 275.
Yeah.
Again, if you have $50 units, you put 1 unit on it, it's 137 back in pure profit on top of the 50 you used to bet. Oh man, he could get wrestle fucked. He could get wrestle fucked.
He really could.
I'm going to do it.
He's a great striker, though. It's my
we're going He's so good, bro. The knees are so crisp up the middle. The uppercuts as well come in really crisp. And for a takedown
uppercuts
against
underrated.
Uppercuts are so underrated. And the way that he sets him up, like he does the back step and just loops in with it. I've seen him land that on grapplers before. That's what's making me lean him in this fight against Bashi ultimately, because Bashi, he's new. He doesn't really like. He's a gifted grappler. Make no mistake about it. Fundamentals are there. But MMA grappling is not pure grappling. It's not collegiate grappling. And in collegiate grappling, you can get away with kind of setting it up differently. But in MMA, you got to kind of set it up with the strikes a little bit before you get in. Like Rashad Evans comes to mind as somebody that was very good at utilizing strikes to set up the grappling. He did it very well against like the Rampages of the world. But I'll jump off my bar stool. Nano, is it a full sweep here? Are we going House of Delgado?
Yeah, I'm going Delgado. I'm going Jose Miguel. Yeah, I like the striker. I like the size differential. I like the violence in which Jose goes out there. I do think Austin is solid, but I think the line is more indicative of what could be with an Austin Bashi. I need to see it first, right? I think the talent's there. He has a good, well-rounded resume, but one win over Yanez most recently. I mean, he lost to a C-Rod, which, I hold Jose Miguel Delgado closer to the C-Rods of the world. So I need to see it before I believe it. And I'm a big Jose fan. Call me crazy, but that's where I'm leaning. Was I the anchor on this one? Was that a caboose or Pipp?
You were the anchor, brother. You were the anchor, the caboose, however you want to look at it. In the next fight, I feel like this is probably going to end up being the shortest conversation that we have about a fight. Just calling a spade here. Actually, no. I was getting ahead of myself. Sorry about that. I scrolled down too far. No, the next fight we're going to spend some time on. We're talking about Seokhyeon coming in against Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. I mean, what a fun name to say, and just honestly, an even funner guy to listen to scream on the scales. I would be remiss if I didn't play that. It's so good. The thing is, this matchup so good? I'm concerned, boys. I do like Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. I don't know. I'm trying, guys. I'm giving it my best shot here. I'm a fan of his. However, Seokhyeon is the Korean Tyson for a fucking reason. He has just unlimited pressure. The way that he comes in with the strikes, he does have that Tyson-esque fucking throwing ability, and it throws people off. People in MMA haven't seen that. And even somebody like a Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani, like, he's good. He's great when it comes to being well-rounded. He's got solid grappling that he can utilize. I just think that he picked the short straw in this one. And hey, this is my first time looking at this. 78% of the people that picked on Tapology community picks are right there with me, boys. Like, we're talking 3,881 people. 78% of them think that Ko gets it done. What's crazy to me, this is the one time I've actually been against the grain when I do agree with them on their picks. Okay, a little bit crazy, guy, a little bit crazy. Okay, maybe do a high voice. Of that 78%, 86% of them think he's going to get it done by decision. Again, I like Jean-Paul. My favorite cologne is Jean-Paul Gaultier. You know what I'm saying? Big Jean-Paul fan of the lineage of the Jean-Pauls. But I just think he's going to get knocked out. I genuinely think that the Korean Tyson is going to come out here and put hands on him. And I don't know if you guys know this, but do you know? I'm sure you know that Jean-Paul has 2 losses professionally in mixed martial arts, right? Do you know how both of them have happened?
Submission, isn't it?
No, he's been knocked out both times.
Okay.
Oh boy.
He's fighting somebody who has 46% of their wins by knockout and has looked really fucking good even since coming into the UFC. So, I mean, I don't know. I genuinely think, like, Phil Rowe has a hell of a chin. We've seen that guy eat shots. We've seen that guy eat more shots in a fight than I eat on a very long watch along. And that's saying something. You know what I mean?
Quite a few.
Quite a few. And he stays upright, just like your boy. And Oban Elliott, too. Like, the dude is a fucking blue-collar brawler. And Seokhyeon, he has 2 wins over those guys. He has a win over both those guys. They're both decisions. But what I'm saying is, I think that their jaw is made of granite in comparison to maybe the steel or the iron that his new opponent, Jean-Paul's, is made of. I think he's going to crack that chin. I think he's going to find it early on, and I think he's going to weaken it. And quite frankly, my favorite thing about the Korean Tyson is the body work. Something that he realizes very early on is if he can't knock you out in the first 5 to 7 minutes, he starts really getting low and just coming to the body, rip in the rib cage. That is the type of thing that'll make an honest man out of any of us. So, I mean, if I'm Lebosnoyani, I think I probably, like, hey, good for me. I don't have to fight Jacoby Smith. And then you sign the dotted line and you're like, wait, they call this guy the Korean Tyson? That sucks for me. This is not good at all. I thought this was an all-time high. It's an all-time low, turns out. Wrong part of the fucking roller coaster. Before I pass it to you, Delgado is pretty solid, though, jokes aside. 100%. 100%. Wait, was that real, LMAO? Yeah. Giving the Perry weigh-in scream a run for its money. That was real. His last name is KO. That's sick. Dude, I literally said that when he made his debut. I was like, I looked at Mary and I'm like, this dude's last name is KO. I think he only had like one option in life as to what he could do. Sorry, 2. He could either do MMA or boxing, maybe throw in Muay Thai. But either way, he's got to be KOing, folks. What up, Rain G? How you doing?
What up?
Just doing it. KO is well-rounded, or Ko is well-rounded. He's got power, and he could take your ass to the ground. Yeah, dude. He's got underrated grappling, considering his nickname is the Korean Tyson, right? Phil, my guy, how you doing? How you doing, Big Phil?
Big Phil.
Rangy agreed. KO. Love that. I think men's MMA is better than women's MMA. Phil, that's a fun opinion, brother. Tico Tech, yeah, bro, the sun rises in the east too. Love that. Clever. Ko Seokhyeon wants that finish. Ko Seokhyeon wants that finish. Stun Gun Kim, his coach, promised him extra bonus if he gets that finish. Stun Gun is dude. You trying to tell me who Stun Gun is? Come on. I watched him on fucking what was it? The Netflix show, the Korean 100 or whatever, or Physical Strong, World's Strongest, whatever the fuck that thing was on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think it was World's Strongest, right? Yeah.
Physical Asia was the next one that came out. Incredible. And Dong Kim, the Stun Gun, was on both of them. Did you put Dong Kim in there? Yeah, that's how you know I know who the fuck you're talking about, bro. Massive TV star in Korea. His pocket is deep. Yes, it's very deep. He's a very big star in Korea. And he's a big star in our hearts. I only watch Invicta. All these fighters are new to me. Give yourself a pat on the back, big guy. That was a great one. I've been watching Stun Gun TV. His YouTube channel updates Ko Seokhyeon's training camp. Ko traveled to Brazil with Fight Nerds, England with Hattie, and Ireland with Connor recently for his fight. I liked everything about that until you added the Connor part. If you could remove that from the comment, fuck, we're sold. Ray G, I watched it too. He's cool, Stun Gun. Yeah, he is cool. He's very cool. All right, cool. Pipp, talk to me. Are we all siding with this guy here, or at least you and me? Or are you going with the screamer?
I'm going with the screamer. I'm going with the screamer.
I'm
going with the screamer. I'm selling.
All right, no. Let's see. Who are you going with? Pipp,
I think this fight is really a clash of styles. I think they both kind of do similar things. They fight in a similar way. I would argue Ko is more explosive and John Paul is more the technician. I think Ko is an aggressive, well-rounded fighter. He can pressure you. He can throw bombs or spam takedowns and just smash you with elbows and half guard for 5 minutes. Well, John Paul is constantly wearing you down. I mean, he strikes long enough to close the distance, get the takedowns, just wear against you in the clinch. And if you back up, it's just more of a rinse and repeat. This is another fight that I'm definitely not betting on. But I feel like I like John Paul's chances here. I mean, his boxing looked really decent against Phil Rowe. He definitely ate some shots, but he still looked decent. And Ko can swing a little bit wild. I could just see kind of John Paul slipping, landing overhands, even timing his own takedowns off of him. And John Paul just does a lot better at setting up his takedowns compared to Ko, who is more all about momentum and force. I think Ko has a wide base. He keeps his hands a bit too far out and his chin a little too high. And I think the kicks of John Paul can cause problems as well. I just think John Paul can find openings on the feet, mixing the takedowns, repeatedly drag Ko down. And I just think he can break him through 15 minutes. So I think we get to about the halfway mark of this fight and we start seeing Ko on the back foot. And that's when I think the momentum starts shifting towards John Paul. But give me another guy with 3 initials, JPL. Give me him by unanimous decision. But Nano, where you at? Did you go?
I did not. No, I'll bring us home here. And I'm on your wavelength here, brother. We are keeping MMAnomaly on isolation on KO Island, if you will. SCO, KO, Cielato. Okay, because I'm going with the 3 names. Right? Jean Paul. I'm running the way you dance, all I want to be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature. Oh, sorry. Sean Paul. Sorry.
Hold on, gonna get the right tactics to turn you on. I can be the
Yeah, I mean, come on. What are we talking about? That's exactly why I'm going John Paul. Okay. I just think he has a better style. I do recognize he is the underdog, but I'm going with the American on this one. Okay. I like the way Pipp broke it down. I think he's going to apply more pressure. He's going to have the grappling advantage here. And I think if he can just avoid the nuclear option, he will be screaming as he did in the weigh-ins as he gets his hand raised for the decision win. Ah! Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed Pipp's Piano Tips and Jive Turkey Nano. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. I think they had to leave after those atrocious picks in that last fight. I do apologize if their reason hurt your ears. No, I'm kidding. They're back.
Here we go.
It did feel like treason, though. It did feel like I was getting overthrown here.
And
got me so hyped for Co. I'm looking forward to that one, and I want our boy to win. Brother, let's fucking go. Let's bring it home, kid. Speaking of bringing it home, I'm going to let Nano start us off in this next one. But before we do, you guys are both against me on that one? That's crazy. I'll bet you both a shot on next week's reaction show. That way, when I get it right, I don't even have to do a shot with you guys because I hate seeing someone do a shot alone. You'll just do one together.
Ooh.
I'm game. Nano, you game? I'm game.
Let's do it.
You fucking pussy. I love it, brother. All
I
right,
think
we're
Olin's going to
set.
be sad drinking that night.
That's okay. We'll see. We'll find out, brother. We'll find out. Maybe I'm thirsty come Tuesday. Felipe Franco, though, coming in against Levi Rodrigues Jr. You know what I'm saying? This should be a fun fight for as long as it lasts. Levi Rodrigues Jr., a.k.a. Baby Monster. That's a fun nickname. Pipp, I'm not going to come to you first. Nano, how do you feel about this one?
I have mixed feelings about it. It's tough, right? We're in the light heavyweight division, essentially the heavyweight. It's always a mixed bag. You never know what you're going to get, especially from a debutante in a Levi Rodrigues Jr. But he looks lean, he looks mean, and he's the betting favorite, at least here on the UFC website. So I'm just going to assume he's going to go out there and get it done. I think Felipe Franco looks the part, fellow Brazilian. But if Levi is going to be the betting favorite here, I'm going to assume it's because he's got some good jiu-jitsu, and he's going to go out there and put on a good show. But I will leave it to Pipp to break down the X's and O's. Brother, I'm sure you went down and tracked his local circuit tape somehow and reached out to his camp directly. What did you see in your breakdown of these opponents here?
Can I tell you, I feel bad because I was just like re-looking at my notes here, and I was like, dude, this is a prelim fight. I spent way too much time going back and watching tape on these two guys. So let me break it down for you. I'm excited to talk about it. In the light heavyweight division, we've got Levi Rodrigues versus Felipe Franco. And Franco has not had much luck yet in the UFC. Lost to Freddie Vidal in Dana White Contender Series in a close fight that he was winning. Felipe has zero reach. It's not accounted for yet. Not accounted for. He's got T-Rex. He's got the T-Rex arms. But
T-Rex.
Like I said, it was a close fight with Freddie Vidal. And he lost back in March against Mario Pinto, but he had a lot of good moments. He kind of made Mario's a killer, and he kind of made him look human. And he was fighting it up at heavyweight as well. So I feel like that's to be noted. So now he's back at light heavyweight, and it's definitely where he belongs. But I mean, Franco is a relentless grappler. He's typically shooting doubles, grinding you against the cage until the point where he can slam you down, trying to strike a little bit more. He's got a decent jab, good right hooks. He does have some concerns. I will say he can get a little overzealous if he starts kind of getting the better exchanges. He can definitely get a little overconfident. And because of that, he's lost easy takedowns. He's got clipped because of it. And another concern a little bit is the cardio. While he's looking a little bit better, he can still slow down quite a bit. But here's the kicker. I mean, the same exact flaws that can be said for Franco can be said in his opponent in Rodrigues. And Levi is an undefeated fighter coming off what was a knockout win against Freddie Vidal in Dana White Contender Series, but is now a no contest due to Rodrigues testing positive for steroids. And that's a big flag for me. If you want to get caught, if you do get caught on steroids in your first fight in the UFC, I can only assume this is just what you do. So I'm more curious to see how Rodrigues looks come Saturday. But from watching his tape, I'm not overly impressed. I mean, he's got power, that's for sure, but technically he doesn't seem very sound. He's super aggressive. And with that being said, I just think Franco keeps elevating his game. He tightens up, some of his holes each time we see him fight. Each time he's got in there, he's looked better. He's always just improved somewhere. So I think it's another matchup where I think I can trust the technique from Franco here more than the uncertainty from Rodrigues. So give me Franco just by a grappling clinic. Just lots of control against the fence, scoring multiple takedowns. And I think he's going to sink in the rear naked choke in round 2. But MMAnomaly, where you at, brother?
Oh, man. Everyone on Tapology, or at least 63% of them are going against us here, but I'm going Franco. I think Franco is going to get it taken care of. The opponent's coming off steroids. I don't like that at all. If he's having a wean off of that, we know he's going to come in weak and he's going to come in a little bit compromised as a result of this. So how do you not account for arms? I don't know. How do you not account for the fact the guy's on steroids? I don't know, man. Or sorry, Felipe doesn't have arms. Just kidding. He's not on steroids. Well, I hope he's not. Fucking hell. No way taking guy coming off juice. Exactly, brother. Don't do that. I think the guy with all his limbs will win. I mean, that is fair. That is fair. But if you look at Tapology, the reach is pretty good. Pretty good. It's 76.5 versus 76. It's a little half inch reach. Little tiny guy. Little tiny guy. You know what I'm saying? Blink and you miss it.
Hey, that half inch matters.
It does to some people. Levi Rodrigues Jr., though, not one of them. You know what I mean? Because reach only really matters, Pipp. And I think I speak for all the ladies in the chat when I say it only matters if you know what to do with it. You know what I mean? People always say, they say it's not the size of the boat that matters. It's the motion on the ocean. I've never seen a rowboat make it to fucking France. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if a rowboat ever could, it would need someone that really knows how to fucking row, if you know what I'm saying, kid. So he's not that guy. He doesn't know how to row. He doesn't know how to utilize the reach. He doesn't have a bladed stance. If he did, maybe that half inch would really come in. He doesn't throw the Prince Nassim Hamed little pop, pop, pop. He doesn't hit that fencer's jab while he's circling out. We're talking about big boys here. He doesn't know how to use that reach. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's blessed with that half inch. He doesn't even know what he's got. But Felipe Franco, however, he's someone who's never had that half inch. He's had to work for that half inch every fucking fight, every step of the way. And he's going to utilize it probably a little bit like we saw Peanuts do last week, since we're on the subject. I got Felipe Franco here. I think he gets it done. He's just too strong, and his opponent ain't too long. So give me this guy. Big old fucking donks just windmilling. I mean, that might be what this fight looks like. A little bit, just a tiny little bit. A little tiny bit. That's okay though. We'll watch anyways. And I'm not betting on this one. Actually, I am. I followed your dad on the get fucked parlay. The cheaters get beaters parlay. The karma's a bitch parlay. With that, let's move into this is the fight that I was jumping the gun on earlier, by the way, boys. Sorry, Nano, you gave your pick on that one, yeah? You did. Yeah, okay, I started with you. Yeah.
We're going Levi. Yes, sir.
All right. Alden Corta coming in against Stewart Nickel. Or Alden Coria, sorry, coming in against Stewart Nickel. Oh, Nickel's in a pickle, boys. I feel like he drew the short end of the stick on this one. And again, this is another one of those situations. Never in my life have I seen on Tapology a 50-50 perfect pick, right? Also, very seldom in my life have I seen a 97% pick? 97% of 3,902 people think that Coria is going to get it done. And not only that, no, I'll take it a step further for you kids. 84.8% of them think he gets it done via knockout. And I'm right there with them. But before I give the reasons why, Pipp, talk to me, Goose. Tell me what you're thinking.
I am right there with you all day. I mean, Alden Coria versus Stewart Nicole. I mean, this just feels like a total mismatch. I mean, Alden is on a 5-fight win streak right now, 2-0 in the UFC, going against Nicole, who's he's really trying to get his first win in the UFC after 3 unsuccessful attempts. It just seems like a bad matchup for Stewart. I mean, he's a grappler, but when he fights, he just seems slow. He stands in front of you. He spends a lot of time on the back foot. And against Alden, he's a solid striker. Really good boxing, constantly fainting, works behind the jab, and he's got sharp counters. And arguably, he's the better grappler as well, at least defensively. I mean, he's got really good scrambles. He's got good submissions. I just don't think Stewart really has a chance anywhere this fight goes. I think he can get reversed. I think he can get submitted on the ground. I think he can get knocked out on the feet. Ultimately, yeah, I'm leaning with Alden here. I think he's going to play it smart. He outworks Stewart, and I'm right there with the 84%. I think he's going to get the knockout in round 1. But Nano, how you feeling?
Man, I like it, brother. Yeah, I mean, I think it will be a finish at some point. It could very well be in the first round. I do have a lot of respect for the Cobra here in Alden Coria, and I think the reason being is a little bit of MMA math. Okay, this guy went out there and he knocked out. I repeat, he knocked out a Alessandro Costa. Okay, that is somebody that we have a lot of respect for. He is stacking up wins. He just recently beat a Cody Durden and looked gosh darn good doing it. So 4 in a row, Pipp's suggesting here for the audio listeners and or viewership. Again, it's worth noting. I like his style, man. I think everything's there, whether it's the statistics, whether it's just the violence, the momentum. That's where my money's at. That's where I am choosing to put all of my chips in. Give me the American. I mean, minus 1,100 odds. I mean, obviously, I'm not sitting here reinventing the wheel, but MMAnomaly, bring us home, brother. Anything else you're seeing that stands out here? What to expect come Saturday afternoon or evening at this point?
Well, I think you guys already took a lot of the meat off the bone as far as the prediction segment goes, but I know Poppa Pipp's bet on a parlay that he threw this guy on in the money line, and he said with him being such a big favorite, it's hard not to take him at a money line and just throw him on a parlay, right? I agree with that to an extent. However, with him being such a prolific favorite and him being such a gifted striker as well as submission artist, I think taking this fight inside the distance is almost a no-brainer. If you take him on points, you can bet plus 225. There's a reason that's the highest odds of all three props, right? But if you want to really hedge a bet and play smart money here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Alden Coria by TKO, KO, or DQ, and I'm going to put Alden Coria by submission. You get TKO, KO, or DQ at plus 135. You get submission at plus 110. So if you put 1 unit on each of those, right, at the worst, you're winning 1.35 back in profit. So that's 2.35 back in your wallet, right? So you make just under half a unit in pure profit. If he subs him, you've sacrificed 2 units and you've made back 3.1. This feels like a padded room. Like even if you fall, you don't get hurt. You end up getting right back up from it. So I'm going to put 1 unit on both of these. I think it's safe money to an extent when it comes to a volatile betting realm of MMA, right? But I do think that Correa is going to get it done. He's a much better fighter. He does have crispy boxing, and I think he gets it done by KO, but he's also live for a submission. And when he gets it done in the first round, I don't know if you've combed through his history in fights professionally, but he literally gets it done by submission in the first round every time he subs somebody. So if you wanted to be a little bit more overzealous on that, you could probably hammer the line on him by round 1 sub and then just take the other 2 rounds by TKO or KO. But again, I'm taking the safer bet on this one. If you wanted the odd stack on that, you can get that at, let's see, round 1 submission for him is plus 500. And then round 2 TKO is plus 500. Round 3 TKO is plus 1100. So you get reverse odds on his money line for that. Again, if you're feeling real ballsy, maybe go that route. I'm telling you to take the safe route. MMA Marcus, my guy. That's what I'm going to do. Smart man hedging those bets, bro. That's how you stay up, dude. That's genuinely how you stay up. You got to play smart money in this game. With that, let's move into another bout where we have a former steroid abuser, right? Alvin Hines coming in against RJ Harris. I'm going to pour up one final shot for the juicer here. And not in favor of him. Not in favor of him. In decline of him. This is the Carmageddon. It's the Carmageddon little fucking parlay here. I just think that Alvin Hines, coming off the steroids, he's going to end up getting bested. He's going against a 5-0 undefeated prospect who looks like Connor Burks on TRT. If you know, you know. He does. I'm looking at his Tapology picture and I'm like, holy shit. I can see it. I see the vision. Another roid fade. Let's go, baby. I love the roid fades. I love the roid fades. I'm probably going to put these in on Sleeper too. Fight ins inside the distance against these guys. Why not? We'll get fucking such juiced odds for that. Could you imagine both the roid guys get knocked out or finished? Oh.
Very well could.
I kind of see it happening.
I do too. I think it's not super volatile in the world of betting MMA. Folks, cheers to you again. If you haven't already done so, like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell for notifications. We appreciate each and every one of you people for being here, and we look forward to seeing you every time in the chat. Cheers.
Salud.
Pipp's a real one. Just saying, fuck the glass. Give me the bottle. My guy. I'll
Came
pass it to you first.
unprepared, but I'm ready to go.
Let's go, brother. Talk to me on this one, brother. How do you see it going? RJ Harris, Alvin Hines.
Well, I'm getting both the steroid guys here back to back, and I'm loving it because RJ Harris filling in on short notice on this one. He was originally, or I'm sorry, Alvin Hines was originally supposed to fight Alan Fry. Oh shit! Sorry, my dog just fucked up my whole setup, and we got 2 dogs here in this matchup too that are getting ready to fuck up the whole show on Saturday.
Dang.
But currently, shit. Going to RJ Harris. Currently, he's undefeated at 5-0 from Zanesville, Ohio. So I like that. So let me tell you, from a guy just under the river, he fights like a guy from Ohio as well. He's just a reckless brawler. He's got a decent standing gilling. He can mix in some takedowns. And against Alvin Hines, another guy coming off suspension due to testing positive for steroids. You know what the problem is? It didn't even help him. He lost his last fight. Used the juice, still lost. Didn't work out for him. He got outworked by Jonathan Diaz. And I just thinking off the juice, Alvin Hines this time around, I think he's getting finished. So I like where your head's at. I think Hines is just a bowling ball, in all honesty. He gets in the cage and he just swings. He's very flat-footed. He stays on that center line, walks into shots. I think we see a competitive 2 minutes, but then Hines just rapidly slowing down. I think RJ is just going to catch him with shots from the hips, land a few takedowns, finishes this fight. He's probably going to finish it via ground and pound, but I'm going to say round 2. I think he's got a little bit of an ass whooping to get. Round 2, he's going to get finished.
Nano, talk to us, brother. Double mute.
Oh no. I was already focused on what I was gonna say. No, I like the pick there. Yeah, I think I'd agree. I think it is somewhat of a toss up here. But I do like the debutante at plus odds. I think just even from a betting perspective, can't knock it. I mean, to be honest, it could go either way. I'm so torn on this one. I really like the breakdown that Pipp gave. I think I'm just going to go ahead and piggyback off that and mimic what he said essentially. But you never know. These heavyweights, man. I mean, anything can happen. Like you said, there's some secret juice involved. Like, all jokes aside, you just never really know. But I'm gonna take the debutante. I'm gonna take a little RJ Harris action on this one. MMAnomaly, bring us home, brother. What do you think? What are you seeing?
Man, I'm seeing the same things as you boys are, if I'm being honest. I think the hammer is going to get it done. I think he's going to come out here and hit the nail on the head. I got to focus on this comment from Tyler Betts because it's fucking world class. Hines got 57 ways to win this. That's a Hines 57 sauce joke, if you didn't get it. My joke was going to be that, Hines without steroids is almost like a different kind of Hines without tomatoes, if you know what I mean. That boy's going to need to play catch up on Saturday night. Come on.
That was beautiful. That genuinely made me laugh. That was a good one.
That's going to need to play catch up on Saturday, boys. Yeah, he's going to be playing from behind. I just think that the opposition is a studly guy. He's very strong. He is able to get it done fairly well wherever the fight goes, right? He can knock people out. He's done that in the first round. He can get a standing guillotine choke on you. He's done that in the second round. And I don't know if you watch tape on this guy, but he looks pretty clean with it, bro. He looks really clean with it. And he wasn't an LFA champ, but I think that if he didn't get picked up by the UFC, he was on route to become an LFA champ with that feeder promotion. And as we know, LFA is the strike force of today, or the closest thing we have to it as far as a feeder promotion for the UFC that is consistently feeding future champs. So, I mean, between Cage Warriors and LFA, those are the 2 top feeder promotions. I have high hopes for this guy. The only issue is, right, like if we look across from him at the opposition in Hines, this guy does have power. We've seen it, right? Like half of his wins, or 43% of his half his finished wins are by knockout, half his finished wins are by submission. So he can really get it done either way it goes. But like you said about the Brazilian opposition earlier, Pipp, if your first fight you fail a test for steroids in the UFC, you've probably been about that life for the entirety of your MMA career. This is nothing new for you. But fighting without that juice, without that extra confidence, that extra, incremental booster, that is new for you. So I'm worried to see what Hines comes in looking like here. I'm wholeheartedly taking his opponent. Like Pipp's dad said, you get him at plus odds. It feels like a safer bet in a very volatile world. Plus 105, basically 1-to-1 odds, or 2-to-1 odds rather. So I say you take it. I think it's a fun little bet. I'm putting a parlay on it. I might do a little money line straight bet on it too. With that being said, let's move into the next one. It is the second to last fight of the night, or rather the second fight of the night, if you're going in actual numerical order here. We have Diana Barbosa coming in against Ana Melisano. Melisano rhymes with Nano, which is why I'm going to give him first pick on this one. Curious to hear how you see this one playing out, brother.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ben favorite in Diana Barbosa. I think she's a solid mixed martial artist. Someone that, I think the flyweight certainly needs to keep an eye on. She's primarily a grappler. She does have some black belts in jiu-jitsu, but also judo as well. And I think you could kind of just tell by looking at her. She's a physically imposing fighter that will look to, let's call it what it is, have a more grappling heavy approach. So I do think that just her overall physicality and being based out of SoCal here in Cali. What up? We see you out there. I like the pedigree. I mean, the Ben nods, I'm going to stay away from it just because it's a little too juicy. Maybe you want to chase a finish, potentially, maybe a sub or something like that, or under 2.5, or maybe within 1.5, I guess, if you want to get real antsy. But again, I'm going to sit back and enjoy the Diana Barbosa show here. She grindy, finds a path to victory against her opponent. Pipp, how are you seeing this one? Are you taking the Ben favorite here, or do you got an underdog?
I like Barbosa. I definitely think it's an interesting fight. Barbosa, she's coming off a win. She's a very strong grappler. I'm going to say everything that you said, just maybe a little bit longer. You summed it up beautifully, though. She does. She's got good control. She's always usually hunting for submissions. She's got heavy pressure, and she's been evolving the striking. She's starting to fall in love with the spinning elbows. She's got good kicks, better head movement now. And against Ana Melisano, she's making her UFC debut. She's fighting at flyweight. She's fighting at flyweight, but she typically fights at strawweight. So that's kind of a big concern for me. I'm more curious to see, after this fight, if she goes down, to see how she performs then. I just feel like this is not her right weight class. But when she is doing her thing, she's a well-rounded fighter. She definitely holds an edge on the feet. But with as much pressure as Barbosa brings, I just think she's going to be too busy defending takedowns or trying to work her way back to her feet. I think Anna will be good enough to, fight the hands and defend submissions. But I think the actual grappling is just going to be too much. So give me Barbosa by unanimous decision here. I think she's going to 30-27 it. Just racking up full 15 minutes of control. But MMAnomaly, where you at, brother?
I'm in the chat right now, bro. I'm in the chat arguing with just doing it. He said, "How dare you call Strikeforce a feeder?" LOL. Can't compare Strikeforce to LFA. Strikeforce is the ultimate feeder, bro. Like I said, UFC bought the whole dang roster. To which he said, "Nah, UFC bought Pride. Pride was not a feeder. Running out of business is not the same as a feeder company." Which, of course, I said, "Nah. You get fed to the competition and they acquire you. That equals a feeder." That is the definition of a feeder organization. You are feeding the next organization. Strikeforce champs become UFC champs or double champs. LFA are on the same level. They're not on the same level, but they are in the same classification. Like, I have a book of business. I have multiple clients. Some of them spend $100,000. Some of them spend more than $1 million. Some of them spend more than $2 million. They're all considered my clients, but they're also on different levels as far as the client care goes, right? Which is why LFA is going to continue to run, and Strikeforce, they just bought the entire fucking roster. They bought them out. They were like, "Hey, more of your fighters are good than bad, so we're going to buy out the entire roster."
Can I say one thing? Was Pantoja and O'Malley, were they from the LFA?
I think they were.
Just saying.
I think they were.
Just saying. Yeah. Hero might have even been in the LFA back in the day.
And Patty also fought in Cage Warriors, which was one of the other feeders that I compared to Strikeforce. Like
Cage Warriors was, yeah.
Cage Warriors is a fire feeder from the other side of the pond, bro. Like you can't not agree with me on that.
Well, McGregor's fought from Cage Warriors, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
McGregor fought in fucking Cage Warriors, not in Strikeforce. Like Cage Warriors is like the senior to LFA being the junior. You do have a good point, but I guess I'm thinking about it more like NBA and G League. I was thinking NBA is UFC and Strikeforce would be NLB or CBA, not G League, but LFA is on UFC Fight Pass. Exactly. So that's the thing. And that's the point I'm trying to make is like Strikeforce is the ultimate feeder because UFC and Dana and the Brass, they were like, hey, more of these guys are good than not. Let's buy the entire roster. Let's just buy the promotion. Whereas with LFA and Cage Warriors, they're like, hey, we know at least 10 to 20% of the roster is UFC caliber. Maybe not today, but tomorrow, next year. Let's air it on UFC Fight Pass, build an appetite for these fighters, see who does well on social, see who gets more draws on our actual platform, and then we'll just sign the fighters. They save so much money by doing that. But either way, feeder, bro. So it's kind of like G League to UFC, but I get your point. Yeah, that's it. Like, I agree with you. It leaps and bounds ahead. Like Strikeforce was the best. We're talking about Nate and Nick Diaz, like Simtex, Paul Daly, like all these fucking legends, bro. So yeah, let's go. Octagon is insane. Derek Lewis is UFC caliber. I get this guy, bro.
That's funny.
Cage Warriors is legit. Tico's got jokes today. Yeah, we're all taking Deani Barboza. She gets it done. We're not all taking Deani Barboza, but me and Nano are.
No, I'm taking Barboza.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm with Barboza.
Okay. I thought you were saying she's going to have to worry about the takedowns coming constantly from Anna. It sounded like you were leaning on her.
No, the other way. I don't really.
Okay.
Yeah, she's more of a, she's a good striker. I don't think she's taking Barboza down. She's too little.
Perfect. I misconstrued your breakdown there. Yeah, I'm going Deani Barboza. We all are. It's a full house sweep. I think she probably gets it done on points. If you wanted to take that, you could take the point spread at plus 190. That's again half unit. If your units are $50, that's $25. You get 47 back in pure profit. I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to put a half unit on this one. I'm taking her on points. Bit more risky, right? Because she could get it done inside the distance, but I simply don't think she does. I think she's going to control it, grind out, and ride out a unanimous decision victory. Tai Tuivasa versus Derek Lewis. Loser leaves town, UFC. I'm happy with that. I say the loser retires and the winner retires in that fight.
Both just drop the glove. Haven't seen that often. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Double drop. Both guys get the mic. Maybe they share it. They do a little Lady and the Tramp with the mic. Anyways, let's move into the first fight of the night here, folks. It's Damian, not Pinas. Pause. It's Damian Anderson coming in against Ezra Elliott. We were just talking about LFA, weren't we, boys? I believe we were just talking about LFA. This guy, another LFA alum, right? He's fought for LFA. He's looked really good in there. And he's also fought for RUF, Rough MMA, Rough and Tough, and FFL, Fusion Fight League. Nano, what are your thoughts on this one? How do you see it playing out? And why are you siding with the newcomer, Ezra Elliott?
Because I like those boys out of Arizona. I lived there for quite some years, and I'm a big fan of Ezra Elliott and Sugar Sean and MMA Lab and Red Hawk. I already talked about Tommy McMillen and Tommy Gunn, so you know goddamn well what time it is. Co-hostess with the mostest. Come on, brother. No, man. I mean, all jokes aside, this is a best case scenario. I'm getting my guy at plus odds here. He's a great striker, but he's known for his grappling. The reality is, we're getting the debut, a debutante in the Ezra. I actually like that name a lot. Elliott, 26 years young, former high school state champion out of Illinois, if you will. Again, elite grappler. He has 5 straight first round finishes, and he has everything in the arsenal. And we know what happens when iron sharpens iron. He's going to go out there and cut and claw and find a path to victory against a tough Damian Anderson. Don't get it twisted. But I like my boy Ezra coming out of here of Arizona. Well, that's really all I have to say. I'm taking my guy. I mean, it was laid out there. I just had an alley-oop. It just really didn't have to mess it up. So
trying to lay it out for you to play it out, brother. Pipp, where's your head at, brother?
Yeah, I mean, this is similar to the Montes fight. I mean, for our first fight of the night, we've got, two undefeated prospects going against each other with Ezra Elliott versus Damian Anderson. Both guys are solid grapplers. Damian's 5-0. I do think he has the better jiu-jitsu. He's very experienced, decent striking as well, very fast kicks, controls the distance. Ezra Elliott, 7-0, a little bit more reckless, but I would say he's the more talented wrestler. So I just kind of feel like we've got a BJJ guy who's a better striker and a BJJ guy who's maybe a little bit better at getting it to the mat. But my biggest concern for Elliott is while he's very good, I feel like he leaves a lot of openings when shooting for takedowns. He scrambles quite wildly just to kind of get into better positions. And at time, you'll kind of just see him shoot out very telegraphed. He'll leave his neck exposed, or he'll just chase submissions that aren't fully there and lose position. I think Damian can catch Ezra in a choke, or even tear a knee if he gets reckless. I just think the openings are there for Damian Anderson. So give me Damian Anderson. I'm going to say he gets the Darce choke in round 1. But MMA Anomaly, where you at?
Ezra Elliott from Hoopeston Area High School in Hoopeston, Illinois. Later a pro MMA fighter, right? He had a strong high school wrestling career, which was brought up in here by Rain G. Thanks for bringing that up. Does he have some kind of insane high school wrestling record? It's interesting you mentioned that. He went 41-0 undefeated in his senior year at 138 pounds.
Damn.
41-0 is unheard of. You know what else is unheard of? The fact that this was the first state wrestling title for Hoopeston in 40 years. They don't produce that kind of animal, if you get what I'm saying. That's a Wolverine that was born in Louisiana. Like he's built different, bro. He wasn't supposed to be from there, maybe. Dude, come on. Like this is too easy. You can get this guy at plus odds right now. Plus 115 is money. I already put a half unit on that one. If you put a half unit on it, like I said, $25 half unit, $28.75 back in pure profit, plus the 25 you originally bet. And then if you wanted to really, just be a little fun with it. We love a good themed parlay here, right? We really do. You could theme that parlay, and you could go Ezra Elliott. And you could go his training partner out of Arizona at the MMA lab. And you could pick Tommy McMillen, who's a minus 162 to win this one. And what ends up happening is get some pretty damn good odds. You get over plus 200 odds. I put a half unit on that one. You're going to get a little over a full unit back in pure profit. I just think it makes a lot of sense. It also makes dollars. And hey, if it makes dollars, it does make sense. So I'm going for this guy. I think that Ezra Elliott is a gifted grappler in general. And not only that, but he's 7-0 in MMA, which has shown me that he has learned MMA grappling, right? He knows what it means to grapple while eating punches, or at least attempts at punches to the face. And in his 7-0 tenure, he's gotten it done by submission 5 times. It's over 70% of the time that he fights, he gets it done by submission. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to look to take it to the mat, and he's going to control things with pressure and just honestly outclass his opponent on the mat. I can see him getting it done inside the distance, but more so I can see him getting it done by submission. I'm not getting odds on those right now. Let me try refreshing here on Bet Online. Something went wrong. Go back. Can't get it at submission. So with that being said, there are no submission odds. I'm just going to stick with the bets I've already said. We're going to keep the money line bet on him at plus 115, and then we're going to parlay that together with Tommy McMillen, killing McMillen, who I'm betting against. But even if I lose that bet, this parlay covers the spread. You feel me? And I'm not worried about Ezra winning. I'm only worried about Tommy. So this is going to pay for the second bet anyways. This is how you win. This is how you do that. You hedge those bets, you parlay, and you stack the books in your favor. Folks, if you're betting, do us a huge favor. Refresh the feed right after we wrap up the show in the next 1 minute or so, and let us know your bets in the comment section below. If you're not betting, that's fine too. Let us know what fight you're most excited about, or what your favorite moment or least favorite moment of the show was. We'd love to improve. We're always trying to. And Tico Tech LLC said, living in Arizona is insane. Nano's a dog for surviving an uninhabitable part of the earth. I was there once at night and it was 100 degrees. Can't do it. I'm a snowman. I can't hang. Kudos to you. You're the man.
That's right.
Also, just you succeed, brother. Also, just doing it says Benson Henderson grew up in my neighborhood. MMA lab legend. Let's fucking go, bro.
Love that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Tomorrow, Ezra Gunn. Let's go, bro.
Let's go.
Two-legger. Get it. You don't go to Lachlan 115 plus. Ha! Winner.
Yeah.
Excited for KO to win. I can talk to excited for KO to win so I can talk a bunch of shit. Bro, me too. Me too. I can't fucking wait. These guys are going to be doing shots. It's going to be so much fun. With that, folks, if you didn't drink with us, if you laughed at us the whole time we made our picks, if you bet against us, all of those things are fine. We don't even care. We still love you all the same. As long as you do the last two things, we're going to ask you again, as we do every single show. We ask that you keep on going, and we ask that you keep on growing, folks. And we really hope we see you next episode. Let's go.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.